What is going on, Mayo Gang? This is Boaz.
And Isaias.
And we're going to be giving a nice little rundown of the new Arcturus FE lineup of airsoft guns and giving our airsofters or airsoft players' perspective on them, our opinions, our thoughts, what we like, what we don't like about them. And if you want to know a little bit about us, I've been playing airsoft for about 16 years now, going on 17, and I've been in the airsoft industry for roughly around 6 years. So we've been kind of looking at or getting inside looks as to like how companies are developing airsoft guns, how they're manufacturing them, how they're marketing them to players. And not only do I play a lot of pickup games on weekends, but we've also attended a lot of MILSIM or larger airsoft events for the past, I would say, like 7 years now at this point as well.
Yeah, I come from a very similar background as well, if you guys wanted to know a little bit about me as well. I've been playing airsoft for 14 years, actually about to be 15 years, and I've been in the industry for about 7 years, working here at Airsoft GI. So we get a little bit of a little more perspective on what goes on behind closed doors, what happens in the airsoft scene as well, but also like to go ahead and give my perspective as well on the Arcturus FE lineup. So
today, right now, we are going to be talking about the brand new Arcturus PP19 Ztac SP01 Carbine FE edition from Arcturus. Holy moly, Arcturus. Do you know how many times I had to memorize that to get it right? But anyway, like I said, this is part of their new FE lineup. So this gun looked very familiar. This looks identical to the SP01 Ztac PE version that you saw in last year, where they have this really nice, sleek, updated for current year PP19 carbine. Now, Arcturus does not skimp on external build quality. In fact, dare I say, they're kind of up there with like ENL and LCT. Their AKs are built solid. We're talking a full machined steel upper and lower receiver group. We're talking nice, lightweight, very sturdy Ztac style handguard, and this one in particular with the SP01, you have like the longer barrel length, so you do get the longer carbine length handguard as well. If you notice closely, the handguard is not M-LOK, but it's actually using Zeneco's style, I believe it's called the Alpha Rail attachment system. Outside of the very sleek looking handguard, Arcturus does give you this nice rear sights optics mount here on the top, where you can attach smaller micro style red dot sights like we have done over here on the top. But if you want to run like a larger optic setup, Arcturus does have you covered with their nice hinged dust cover that has an integrated Picatinny top rail, so you can attach a wide variety of optics. Over here on the rear, you do have the nice Zeneco style folding stock, which gives you plenty of adjustment for cheek risers for your stock ride height, and again, it folds. Of course, Arcturus wouldn't be Arcturus if they didn't give you a whole gift basket of goodies that come with your gun out of the box. So, of course, included with the gun is going to be your handy dandy instruction manual, along with their handwritten quality control slip, letting you know that someone did indeed test your gun to make sure it works as intended. Very cool. A nice little goodie bag full of patches, stickers, and I believe sometimes a fridge magnet, which is interesting. And you get a battery adapter as well if you're running a Tamiya battery and you want to go ahead and make sure that it's compatible with the gun. You get a mock suppressor unit with the correct Zeneco markings. You get this big old muzzle brake as another option for your PP19. You get an expanded magazine well attachment that you could add to this, which makes reloading really easy. And of course, Arcturus didn't leave you hanging because they are going to give you this included alpha style hand stop that will directly mount to your handguard, which is all very nice. Now you might be wondering, why is Arcturus making two identical guns and putting them under different series? Well, it's because of the internal specs or the internal design of the gun. So basically, the main key differences from the PE to the FE version is going to be in the gearbox, where you pretty much, again, get identical gearbox components from the PE with the exception of the motor, the gear set, and the ETU. So you still get the really nice 6.02 QPQ coated inner barrel with their innovative rotary style hop-up unit, which is absolutely solid for range and accuracy. You get the really great compression system with their immaculately shimmed gears, but the gears this time are going to be your standard 18:1 ratio gears instead of your 13:1 ratio gears that you find on the PE edition. And the motor is going to be a 24K balance type motor. and the ETU instead of the parent ETU from the PE edition from the FE, Arcturus has developed their own in-house programmable ETU called the FE ETU, which I don't know where I put it, but, oh yes, it's on the floor, excuse me. But they have included out of the box a handy dandy programming card, which is double-sided. Make sure not to lose this, so that way you can access and know how to go through all the programming modes. You can do a 3-arm burst, you can do a binary, you can do a semi-lock version only. You can adjust the point at which the trigger breaks, and you have a trigger reset adjustment as well, so you can really fine-tune the trigger engagement on this thing. This also has active braking control, you have a low battery warning, and you have your pre-cocking engagement adjustment as well. So just like the PE parent ETU, this thing again comes fully packed with features, and it is definitely a step above most, I guess you would say, in-house design ETUs that you find on the airsoft market. So the Arcturus PP19 Vityaz Ztac SP01 Carbine FE edition chronos in anywhere between 400 to 410 FPS using a 0.2 gram BB, and has a rate of fire of roughly 17 to 18 rounds per second with an 11.1 LiPo.
Moving on to my personal pick for the Arcturus FE line has got to be the Arcturus AK-12 FE AEG. The reason why I picked with it is because this is going to be the closest to a more traditional AK from the FE lineup. Arcturus, please make more traditional AKs in the FE lineup. But all jokes aside, this is going to be very similar to Boaz's pick in the sense of its build quality is going to be immaculate, including a full steel receiver group. Everything that needs to be metal on an airsoft gun is going to be, and of course it is going to be steel just like the receiver group. However, everything that isn't metal is going to be comprised of a polymer construction. However, that's a good thing. Again, it's going to keep the weight down and it's still incredibly durable. Some highlights about the Arcturus AK-12 FE have got to be the handguard. Very lightweight, polymer construction, so nice and durable, but it's full Picatinny throughout. So again, very easy to find any sort of accessories that I need to. No need to try to shop or hunt any proprietary components. It's all Picatinny. We got plenty of Picatinny. The top dust cover is going to have a Picatinny top rail as well, so very easy to mount an optic of your choosing, and an adjustable stock on here, which is very comfortable. I'm built like an orangutan. I got really long arms, so having adjustability on this rifle is going to be very, very nice and comfortable. And again, it's nice to see it on an AK, where traditionally you would only be relegated to fixed stock, so having the adjustability is very nice and accommodating. However, my favorite component of the Arcturus AK-12 FE has got to be the battery compartment. This is going to be top wired, so the battery compartment is going to be underneath the dust cover here. However, unlike other AK-12s on the market, it's going to offer a lot more battery space comparatively, which again is a godsend in AKs. Speaking in regards to the battery compartment, again, it is nice that they offer a lot of space. But Arcturus, you missed the opportunity. You already put a buffer tube on here. You could have very easily made this gun rear wired. I don't know why that's still a thing. Everyone just bully Arcturus right now into making their next line of FEs or next line of AKs in general rear wired. It's gonna make it a lot easier for everyone. Just like all the other models in the FE lineup, you are getting a whole slew of goodies and extras, right? However, for the AK-12 specifically, you are getting this really nice muzzle brake. It is a very, very nice metal one as well. And again, correct for the AK-12. And in addition to 2 magazines as well. Boaz had actually forgotten to mention that, but all the FE models will come included with 2 magazines. Internally, this is going to be the exact same gun as all the Arcturus FE lineup, so I'm just going to say the exact same things that Boaz said. This is going to be using a standard version 3 gearbox. You are getting steel gear set in here, 18-to-1s, shimmed to perfection, might I add, 24K motor, 602 Type 4 inner barrel, solid compression components, actually using a quick change spring system, but of course, it does have that beautiful, fantastic Arcturus FE ETU. The Arcturus AK-12 FE currently chronos in at 400 to 410 FPS when measured with a 0.20 gram BB and has a rate of fire of 17 to 18 BBs per second when using an 11.1 LiPo.
Okay, alright, now that we're done yapping about these 2 new guns, come on man, like, we all know why you're here. You're here to see us shoot it, alright? We're gonna run it through its paces, we're gonna try to, I don't want to say break the gun, Arcturus.
Whatever happens, we're not responsible.
But if you want to send us a model so that we can torture test the crap out of the FE ETU, please let us know. We'd love to do that.
I'm sure all of our subscribers would love that.
Yeah. But we're gonna run through his paces though, obviously within reason. And yeah, let's get some batteries. Let's kit up. Let's put on some kit.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, so I have Isaias here with me today. and we both have the new Arcturus FE lineup of guns, the PP19,
I have the
SP01.
AK-12.
That's right, he does have the AK-12 as well. So we're just gonna run the gun through its paces, and we're gonna see how they perform. Now, both of these do have 11.1 volt LiPo batteries in them, and loaded up in these mags are gonna be 0.30 gram BBs because we like to go heavy here at GI. Heavy, all right? Down range is going to be at around 200 feet is going to be the man-sized target. There's a little bit of a wind, so we're just going to see how it performs. We're going to try to replicate, real life field application here. Take a couple shots here. Yeah, it's getting out there. Okay, first off, the trigger. The trigger is so snappy, even though these are 18-to-1 gears, the standard gear set. The motor, everything is so fine-tuned. It just sounds very happy when you shoot it. And this thing's on a hair trigger. I sneeze, I chew, and the gun goes off. I chew, and the gun goes off. Really nice. I'm gonna dump the rest of the mag in full auto just to see what the full auto is like.
So like Boaz says, we're gonna be at the exact same distance at about 200 feet. And again, I have the Arcturus AK-12 FE model. Let's go ahead and just test fire this as well. Just do a little bit of semi. Oh, sweet. Boaz is 100% accurate on that trigger. Can no problem hit that target. Sneeze and it'll go ahead and shoot. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it right now. Why not? I like to have fun around here. A very healthy rate of fire. They were mostly all on target too. So again,
these guns sound fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
They sound so smooth when you shoot them. As you can probably tell right now, the PP19 SP01 and the AK-12, they have very similar barrel lengths, so they're going to perform pretty similarly, but we're just here for the heck of it and for the fun just to show you guys what they can do. We're now backed up to around 250-ish feet. This is kind of what we recommend will be like the max engagement distance for the vast majority of AEGs out of the box. Arcturus, they've been performing exceptionally well, so I expect this thing to perform pretty damn well. I will say it is still pretty windy outside, but we're just gonna give a couple shots here. Okay, definitely getting out there. Having a hard time whether or not if it's hitting right now.
It looks like you're hitting. At least you're getting really, really close. So.
Yeah.
You can definitely hit a man-sized target.
I mean, it's definitely the headwind. Like, the wind is blowing towards us right now. So we are going to lose some range right now today.
But honestly, I have no doubt in my mind. You can hit a man-sized target
Oh, yeah.
easily.
Oh, there you go. Hit him.
Yep. There you go. That's another one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in about like a 5 to 10 round group, you're guaranteed to hit someone out there at around 250 feet. Okay, all right, now it's getting a little too windy for me to shoot, but I'm gonna flip to full auto because full auto is super fun. But I'll say if you want maximum range and accuracy, the inner barrels on Arcturuses are really good out of the box. I'm just gonna tell you that. The bucking, I would probably recommend maybe like a 70-degree unicorn bucking, maybe to give you the maximum range. Yep, he's gonna call it. He's calling it for sure.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that this can definitely hit that target. Definitely a little bit windy, but we are getting close to it. Yeah, there's another hit. Another hit. Yeah, it's gonna go ahead and hit. I'm gonna do it a full auto dump just because why not?
No, do the 2-round burst.
Do a 2-round burst. Oh, yeah, that's right. 2-round burst.
Yeah, he has a feature that I don't have out of the box mechanically. I can program it though.
Absolutely. This thing is super fun. Looks like we're getting out real soon. But again, I have no qualms about being able to hit a man-sized target this far out. Again, like Boaz said, maybe upgrading the bucking to either a 70 or maybe like an 80-degree bucking, and then we're pretty much set, honestly.
But dude, the freaking triggers on
it's just so nice.
Dude.
There you go.
This is nuts. You can time crisis.
Keep behind cover.
Dude, like, I'm not the best time crisis trigger runner. Obviously, most of you guys can probably out-trigger run me, but this thing is freaking insane. Just even out of the box, this thing, like, you could adjust the triggers on these, but I wouldn't touch it, dude. Like, it's a hair trigger. All right, we just came back from the shooting test with these beautiful new Arcturus FE series of AKs. I don't know if you would call this gun an AK.
I would call it an AK.
Yeah.
I'd say it's an AK.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And so, from our years of experience playing as well as being a part of the industry, we're just going to give our inside, I guess, a player's perspective, right? You, the airsofter, how was the gun as far as performance goes for you, Isaias?
Honestly, the Arcturus FE line actually surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. When these were first announced, I was a little bit concerned that these were going to be a step down from the PE models. I mean, we all know the PEs kicked ass, but the FEs, when I heard that they were going to be, changing out back to the original 18-to-1 gears, they weren't even going to be using the parents anymore, I was a little concerned. But after shooting these, I was incredibly impressed. The trigger response from these was absolutely phenomenal. I think you and I can both agree on that as well. The rate of fire, while yes, it is not the same as the PE models, was still very impressive for pretty much any out-the-box airsoft gun.
I will make a claim that you will have a very hard time trying to outrun the trigger on this guy.
Absolutely.
Even with 18-to-1 gears, this thing rips.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like with the trigger, like you sneeze and the gun goes off.
I doubt anyone, any regular player, especially if you're just doing like regular casual games, even at a milsim setting, dare I say, you wouldn't really need anything else other than this. Like another prime example from Arcturus of a gun that doesn't require any sort of modification, doesn't require any sort of upgrades out of the box. You are good to play with this as is, and it will be competitive.
100%, yeah. And even at 18 rounds per second, it's a healthy amount of full auto. Like, you could realistically, shoot this full auto at an airsoft field and not get like people mad at you or like get ejected from the airsoft game because like you're shooting too much,
Absolutely. This is gonna be something that's gonna be very simple, very easy for anyone that doesn't want to have to waste their time working on upgrades. This is going to be a big like case that I would recommend you look into. Or if you still wanted to upgrade it further, I mean, at the end of the day, it is still a version.
No, you're gonna make it worse.
Yes.
Yeah. You throw anything else in here, you'll make it worse. I guarantee it.
Well, except one thing, unicorn bucking though.
Yes, unicorn bucking is magic. But speaking about the bucking, let's talk about the range and accuracy on the gun. Even this guy, like, if you wanted to, you could make this guy a DMR. Honestly.
It's so long.
Yeah, it's a long barrel and stuff, But I'd say like it was still pretty accurate at around like 200-ish feet. I'd say. 250 I think is when the gun kind of started to fall off, and we were using 0.30 gram BBs. Yeah, mind you. So we were using heavier BBs. There still was a decent amount of wind when we were testing them, but I'd say around the 250 mark. I think with most AEGs in general, that's kind of like where the performance starts to bleed out.
That's where we would usually say is like the bleeding edge. Anything past 250, we would say is like, okay, this is fantastic. But it's not common for it to shoot that great.
Yeah, so I would say like if you really want to fine tune compression so you get even more air volume out of this thing, maybe even throw in like a unicorn bucking, maybe you get some pretty accurate shots at 250. This thing sends BB sailing downrange.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which version you end up getting, because again, all the FE models are going to be using the exact same internals. So you're getting the same amazing performance, same range, same accuracy from all the models. Yeah, and especially this one. This one actually really was my favorite. I do like the AK-12 a lot.
Let's talk about this AK arms race here.
Yeah,
the Airsoft AK arms race. We might do a full-length video on this later if you guys want to know more about the AK arms race, but Arcturus is winning the AK arms race, hands down.
We've had like companies coming out of the woodwork, LCT, E&L, and so much more are coming out with more and more modern AK offerings. I gotta say, I think Arcturus right now, and granted, at the time of this video, they're winning, but things can change. You never know who might come out of the woodwork.
But which leads us down to the price.
Yes.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and tell us how much the AK-12 right now that you're holding is costing you?
So right now on Airsoft GI, the Arcturus AK-12 FE AEG currently retails for $400 flat, 400 even. Right? That is absolutely insane, especially when you compare this to the price of the original AK-12 PE models. These are going to be, if you're noticing across the board, substantially cheaper than the PE models that Arcturus previously came out with, and still offering, again, majority of the same things.
Yeah, and as far as the fanciest model in the lineup, this is the PP19 SP01 Ztac, whatever.
Carbine.
Carbine. Okay, it's retailing for about like I think $540, which is significantly still more expensive than the AK-12. But I mean, you're getting so many more features and like little knickknacks out of the box. So there's something to be said about that. But all the PP19s and the AK-12s that have been released for the PE lineup, right? Arcturus has made the FE model of right now that's available right now. and they are all going to be significantly less expensive. I think if you wanted the best bang for your buck, is just to get, I think, like their baseline PP19 or PP20 or whatever.
I think that is going to be the most affordable model.
It is under $400.
Yeah.
And you get the same internal quality, you get the same performance, and then if you wanted to, right, you could build as you go externally. So you can buy the handguards separately from Arcturus. Right?
Yeah, we sell them. We sell all the external components individually on the website as well. So if you wanted to go to just piece by piece, maybe just you only wanted the handguard but nothing else on it, that's an option as well. You can customize it to your heart's content.
And then if you wanted a basic AK, Arcturus, where are you?
We need more basic AKs in the FE lineup.
Yeah, please. If you're coming from like an M4 background, this will definitely freshen things up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I already have the shorter PE version of the PP19 that I'm currently building a loadout for, and it's so much fun. Like just the ability to, like, I love like the reloads where you just like slam the mag in. Oh, so satisfying with this PP19. Like I think it's really well designed. It doesn't feel like an M4. It certainly doesn't shoot like one. Like, let me tell you, like when you shoot an Airsoft AK, even if it's an AEG, it shoots a little different.
They shoot a little bit different. They're gonna have different. I always say that the AK version 3 gearboxes always like just hit a little bit different.
Yeah.
These things just like perform phenomenally because we've been on like playing Milsim games together for years now, and you and I can both attest to the fact that like built out AKs or even just AKs like this, if the enemy was running all these, I'd be terrified.
Oh yeah, we would not gain any ground on the Milsim on the Milsim field, man.
Having an Eastern Bloc loadout or kit specifically catering around the gun itself is going to be very fun, but I know that money was always going to be an issue for some people because they would be like, hey, I need to buy the gun and then I need to buy the upgrade and then I need to buy the kit. This already kind of takes care of that for you. You don't need to spend, like Boaz said, any more additional funds on the gun itself. It's just at that point getting the gear that you want that's going to be optimized for this style of play.
The gun is no longer a factor as far as the kit goes because you just buy this and that's it. Honestly, like bringing like this like indoors to CQB would be an interesting vibe, you know? Yeah. Like it's very doable. I
like
love,
you said, you could turn that into a DMR.
Yeah, I mean, and the quick chain spring system it just makes it so versatile. You know, like you could swap in a weaker spring in here if you wanted to, so you could bring this indoors. It's still feasible for indoor gameplay. And then outdoor, where this gun really shines, you know, put in a stronger spring, and you're good to go. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out our players' perspective on the brand new lineup of Arcturus FE series of AKs.
If you guys like the content that you're seeing, make sure that you guys leave a like on this video and make sure that you guys are subscribed and you hit that bell icon so you're notified every time the channel drops new content.
Yeah, and make sure to keep that comment section active. Make sure to put your comments down below what your thoughts are on Arcturus releasing the FE lineup of AKs. Is it something that you guys have been waiting for? Is that something that you guys want? Do you want to see more from Arcturus when it comes to the FE lineup? Because I certainly do. Yeah, and if you guys want to support the channel directly, if you want to keep the content coming, keep these lights on, and help keep the camera rolling, make sure to stop by airsoftgi.com for all your airsoft needs, including the brand new lineup of these FE AKs, which we're very excited to have. Yep, and my name is Boaz.
My name is Isaias.
And we'll see you next time, Mail Gang.
Take it easy.